All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. It's me, Daniel, with VintageMagic.com. Happy Finance Friday. All right, so today's video is going to be just more about the reserve list, where the market trends are going. First off, if you haven't come to the channel before, please hit like, thumbs up, comment. Helps a lot. All right, guys, so this week I've seen prices of some of the cards we've been talking about, the reserve list and Magic the Gathering, kind of settle off. The fire's kind of gone a little bit, I don't know, some cards are still going up a little bit, some cards a little wonky. And what I'm talking about mostly is, Power 9, dual lands, reserve list cards in general. I don't care about like narwhals and wall of kelps. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, wrong channel for you. Don't buy that stuff. Don't ever do it. MTG Line wants you to buy that stuff. Just kidding. Tony's a nice guy there in Houston. Hope he's doing well, by the way. Tony, how's it going? All right, so all seriousness, though, that's kind of like micro reserve list investing. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's not the main stuff that I'm interested in. So, get lots of messages regarding CE, IE, dual lands, Power 9, reserve list, mainstream reserve list cards. So, here's what's going on. The market prices on all eBay store, TCG player items are up like crazy. Just type it in. Type in reserve list cards. Look at the previous eBay items previously. Any of the items I mentioned, you'll notice that those reserve list cards are pretty much, well, they sold in like early December for probably 50 to 60% less with I'm not even trying for some of this stuff. Some of its stuff is just, gone up 300%. It's absolutely nuts. More, right? So I have to caution people here. I'm worried for one thing. Not that people that have invested in it for a long time, they're taking profits, that's normal. I'm worried for the people that are getting into the market. I'm worried for people that are also buying into the market heavily and thinking that they're just going to, I don't know, make a quick buck and flip some cards. Yeah, you're right. That's possible. There is a way to always make a quick buck, flip cards in Magic. But at these pricing levels, you're talking about unprecedented, high, crazy prices. Like, I'll give you a case in point. Chains of Mephistopheles. That card before was literally from Legends. Was under 1,000, maybe 1,000 tops, like Gem Mint 9.5 condition. Now they're going for 2,000 or so raw. That's right. I think I sold a 9.5 for 2,500. That was a basic, whatever, right? But all in all, the price action on this card is absolutely off the charts. Now, what happened? Is this card like some kind of crazy commander staple now, or legacy card? I don't know, right? Probably. Maybe some guy found a deck. Doesn't surprise me because a card like Tabernacle, Pendrell Vale, right, is now reaching $5,000 in raw condition. That's the top tier card. That is the card in the set. But maybe it's also because the sealed product is rising first, and then that jumps up all the prices of the cards. Like Mishra's Workshop is rising up to, $5,000 a card, $4,000 to $5,000 a card. I sold an inked one for like $2,500, almost close to $3,000. Inked, right? It was kind of plain ink. But that tells you that the sealed product, though, is reaching closer to $1,000 a pack in some cases. You could probably get some for like $600, $700, but you don't know if it's been searched. But for reputable sellers, I could see it going to $1,000. I've seen some sell for over $1,000 a pack, making it a $60,000 box. Legends is another example. The boxes have gone over 30, closer to 40, and you're thinking about it, do the math, that's over $1,000 a pack. Yeah. So if you look at how pack prices work in commensurate to also the singles, very oftentimes you get this like steady, like upward swing. Now, I caution everybody. You're not buying like in Pokemon, especially, right? Pokemon has this thing where you're basically buying the card, you're buying the packs, open it up, get the PSA 10s. Everybody does the PSA 10 price. God forbid the PSA 9 price or the PSA 8 price. Oh my God. But the PSA 10 price is obviously astronomical. You do some simple math in your graphing calculator, TI 83, of course, not 84. And you're thinking to yourself, man, this could be a good hit. But again, everybody in Pokemon knows also, just like Magic, it's gambling. When you open up the damn packs from a sealed box or just loose, whatever, in Magic, you are basically gambling like crazy. There's probably only 1 or 2 cards who really get your money back. And if it grades well, fine, right? It could be a pretty good home run, I guess. Like for example, we haven't seen an alpha booster pack sell for a long time. I think there's one on eBay for like $40,000, a PSA 9. No one bought it yet, 45. So let's assume that's going for, I don't know, $40,000. Simple math. $40,000 times 36 packs is what? Do the math. Yeah, you're right. It's absolutely absurd, right? The prices. You're talking over $1 million for the box. Now, do I think an alpha booster box is $1 million? Yeah, I kind of do. Especially if it's a reputable seller, that type of thing, unsearched, legitimate provenance. See, alpha sealed product, Magic the Gathering product is way, in a way, more rare than the Pokemon stuff. It was opened a lot more because of gameplay, not as hoarded and collected as the Pokemon sellers have. Because Pokemon, it is a game, but the vintage Pokemon isn't really used for the game itself as much. It's just a nostalgic, big time collectible, right? But in Magic, you open up the booster packs and starter decks, and you're basically playing a game. You need 4 of a kind in some cases, and you're basically trying to make decks. So a lot of the sealed product was open. And the stuff that you see now is either from Wizards of the Coast employees, collectors who've had it over the years, purchased from eBay, collections, deaths and families. They've had, I've acquired collections from estates. You get a lot of that stuff for sealed product. So the market right now, like I'm saying, is that there's lots of trends happening because of the sealed product. And the singles along with it have risen. Like Collector's Edition and International Edition has literally skyrocketed. I mean, people were selling the boxes, trying to sell the sets, the sealed sets, for like $15K for the longest time. And no one would buy them. Now, buy list prices, people have been buying them for almost $25K, $21K, $25K, collectors and ice. Now, what's going on? You have, obviously, Time Twister. Time Twister is a phenomenal card for Commander, and it's being used in everybody's deck. Wheel of Fortune's gone crazy, especially revised, and all the other, it's a out-of-print card, right? You also have other cards in Collector's Edition Ice that have now basically skyrocketed, like the Moxes, and the Black Lotus has reached, I think, a graded one sold for like 11 grand or something. So you do the simple math, like I'm saying, about the box prices. The box prices broken down oftentimes, has a nice breakup price, a kind of a fail safe, right? Because if a dealer's buying into this, especially dealers, they're looking at, okay, what's the worst case? I can sell the Lotus, sell the 5 Moxes, now going for over 1,000. The Power 9 is getting close to 1,000. Do some simple math. That's Time Twister is like 2,000. So it's basically, let's see, 8 times 1,000 is 8,000 plus the Time Twister, basically 9,000 plus the Lotus is 11,000. That's 20,000. Do you see where I'm going with this? They're like, okay, sure, I'll buy all the boxes for 21K, 24K. You got the dual lands, right? You got Gauntlet of Might, Time Vault, all those cards, Chaos Sword. So lots of action, and now you have the commons and uncommons finally rising because of the demand and, kind of the pumping up of buy lists or the buyouts, wannabe buyouts, or whatever you want to call them. People are buying them out on TCG Player, eBay. Then it resets, goes on MTG stocks or MTG Goldfish or whatever, Magic card market, and then the prices of the financial graph just spikes up like crazy. I mean, it's very manipulative and it's very confusing if you don't understand. So pay attention to the video because Lots of this stuff is not real. It's all fugazi, right? Who the hell? I think there was a graph for like a wall of Brambles Alpha for $2,000. I mean, because some people were buying the car out so much, and now people are asking $2,000 something for a car. That's the high. That's what it goes for? No, it's not. So before, a lot of people were hesitant to buy for a premium. This has been going on for a while. A long time, for a while, the market prices, like I said, were only going for like $15K for ICE and CE. And people were afraid to be like, you know what, I'll just do a complete buyout. I'm just going to buy $15K all across the board, $16K for some. I'll even pay $17K, whatever, right? I want to buy as many as I can. And there was a stagnant kind of wave. Just no one was buying it. The Corona thing hit. The market's kind of weird. Even during the Pokemon craze in early 2020 to the end of 2020, even now, Magic kind of just, what's going on? And then out of nowhere, like some star in the sky, just someone just said, nope, snap of the finger. Well, was it Rudy? I mean, what happened? What happened? December 2020, the world changed and everybody started going crazy. And end of December, oh yeah, now you're looking at February 2021. It's absolutely insane. So I would caution though, because cash is king. Cash is king, literally. At these levels, you're talking houses, cars, retirement, college tuition stuff. If you have large positions, by no means, by any, if you have large positions, I'm asking you guys to sell something. Take some of the profits. Now, you're probably thinking, Dan, I'm holding this until I die. I'm listening to Rudy. I have 1,000 Weatherlight boxes, 20 million boxes of Mirage, cases of Return to Ravnica. I don't care what return it is. I'm keeping it. Fine. But you're not Rudy. See, understand a very big phenomenon, just like Elon Musk. And I'm not saying Rudy is Elon Musk or Rudy is Bill Gates, but those guys have so much cash. They have so much capital. They have so much money to invest that they can take a loss of large amounts and it doesn't matter. Or they can wait for a long, long time. And that's the same phenomenon as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a phenomenon where you buy into it now around 50K or so, and you're able to hold on to it for a long, long time. If it goes down to zero or whatever, then it doesn't really matter to those guys. But for you, the person that has probably maximum 10K, 50K, not even 100K, right? Maybe 100K, are you able to really risk that for it to go to zero and then, go to nothing? Now, Magic is different. Obviously, you have the game aspect, the fandom, the collecting, all that stuff. So a lot of people have realized that Magic's not going to zero, especially vintage Magic. It either is Pokemon vintage stuff. But the question is, are your products you're buying, the cards, the singles, the graded stuff, artwork, are they going to grow from this even further parabolic curve? I mean, it's gotten so parabolic, it's so steep, it's like Mount Everest steep. It's ridiculous. So will it get to that point? And I think this year for 2021, my bold prediction is going to be the following. That's right. I'm still here. The prediction is this, if you're still in the video. All right. So, like I said, sell if you have certain items. But here's the items that are going to keep going up, I think, rise. I have a feeling that sealed product is going to have steady inclines. I think there's going to be a new market, new wave, new resurgence of collecting sealed collectibles from a larger level that you've never seen before for Magic. I'm talking about Magic, by the way. Kind of what the Pokemon thing did where it's already rising, but I think especially for the old stuff, the ABU stuff, it's going to go nuts. But there's not much supply, not much really for it to go nuts anyway because the supply is so low. So it's not artificially, but organically, the supply is already low. You're not going to find an Arabian Nights box anytime soon because there are none really for sale. I know a few here and there, but I mean, it's not that easy to find it. And so you're going to have to figure this out. Like where do I get that product? Is it legit? Another thing is, where's the provenance? Did some guy just buy it on eBay, I don't know, 15 years ago and they were passed down or given that from their cousin. I mean, is it real? Is it resealed? What's going on? So, you know, you have a situation that also could happen is the effect of opening large pack openings and stuff like that, like box breaks and stuff. So open boosters obviously started that type of phenomenon for Magic, and now that's probably going to keep growing and growing other channels. And also, you're going to find maybe similar crowdfunding type of feel for Pokemon, and I predict that might happen for Magic in a larger way. But all in all, do I think that after the seal product, do I think that anything else like the high-end graded cards, the Black Lotuses, all that stuff? Yeah, so Black Lotuses, Alpha Black Lotuses, stuff like that will continue to rise steadily over the years. You know what? Is there going to be like a sharp spike like Pokemon is? I think it's going to be a little slower because the prices have already reached a very massive number, right? Massive number. But I always feel like the Black Lotus, Alpha Black Lotus especially, has growth potential long term. The stuff that's dangerous to me really is just like the basic stuff, right? I mean, no offense to Arabian Nights and Legends and Chains and Mephistopheles and, you know, Arabian Nights, you know, Reserve List, stuff like that. Those are, I guess, cool and stuff. But is there really enough money in cash to buy into, you know, $5,000 Island of Wak-Waks from Arabian Nights or $10,000 Juzan Dejin Raws? Hasn't got there yet and probably never will. See, I don't think there's enough cash type of, you know, growth in those type of investments. And I kind of feel like those will probably be cyclical more than ever, especially like it's going to go up a little bit more and then drop. And it may be, this bold prediction is that I feel like other stuff, other than what I just said, seal product, Power 9 of the high end, like the Alpha Lotus, top end grade stuff, I feel like everything could just drop, you know, like back to like a 30%, 40% range. It could probably do that. There might be a correction. Now, do I think that it's going to hold at the drop? Yeah, I think it's going to hold and then go back up again, but it's going to be a little bit steady and then climb again. There's going to be a cyclical wave. I see this like with alpha dual lands and beta dual lands, all that stuff. This stuff wasn't even moving like months and months ago. Like seriously, was not moving. I think people were paying like under $1,000 for any of the crappier beta dual lands. Now, everything's over $1,000. Alpha, over $2,000-$3,000. I don't even care if it's played, you know, EX, whatever, right? And now, you know, you got the blue duels all going for like 4, 5, 6K now with played cards too, even. So before there was this thing where it's like, you know, I saw like Alpha Underground Seas, like an 8s and 8.5s, sold for like $5,000. I mean, you can't find that now. And it's kind of weird because people forgot that the market actually went up to those 10 grand. I was selling alpha duels at that 10 grand plus mark all night long for the 8s and 8.5s to clients. And people forgot that that was the range it was going for. I don't think Trop quite was there yet. Tropical Island kind of grew in value, kind of pushing it up. But Volcanic Islands were going over 10K for the longest time. So all these people telling me like, oh, well, you know, the prices have gone up. You know, no. The prices actually went down and then they went back up. So I actually think that this kind of prices up is a good time to maybe sell some and take some profits and watch some dips. It's kind of interesting because Magic actually has hit this investable part where you can buy into it and then sell it. I don't think it's going to be one of those things where it's like, well, I buy into it and it's just going to go parabolic again. I still think there's going to be a little bit more trading opportunities, selling opportunities, more than you think for this 2021. But for next year, I'm going to have to think about that. I digest it and see where we're at. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. All right, so I'm going to wrap up this Finance Friday. I know these go a little long sometimes. I know there's a lot of information on these. First off, guys, I will be in Vegas for March 19th to the 24th. For those of you who are in town or want to have other topics, we're going to have lots of fun things. We're going to play some old school Magic. We're going to play some Alpha 40. I have a little Legends booster box I'll be opening for a client. We sold to him. And doing some other deals and stuff like that, old cards, poker, other shenanigans, you know, fine dining, stuff like that. Excited to see Brian Weissman and other friends in the industry that are coming by. We're gonna be safe, have fun, wear a mask. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I want to wrap today's subject up that I have a lot of, I think you're probably confused, like where does Dan really stand on all this stuff? I think my comment earlier, I'll sum it like this. People that have a lot of money already and who have invested heavily in the years, like Rudy and I and other dealers and stuff, they're able to spread the gains and losses and be able to wait for growth long term. Remember, that's the same thing as real life. For us, we deal with these high-end cards on the daily. Like for me, I look at Power 9, dual lands, reserve list cards every single day, artwork, whatever, right? Rarities, uncut sheets, name it, right? But you have to understand that yourself. If you're watching the show, I get a channel. I see a lot of people always saying, Dan, I want to do what you do. I want to start my own business. I want to quit my job. Look, that kind of thing takes a long time, sometimes longer than you think. It's not a short-term thing like Bitcoin. It's not like the 2011 graph where it was like nothing for Bitcoin. Now it's $50,000. But look at that. That was 10 years. 10 years of parabolic growth, right? Obviously, there's a lot of parabolic growth, but you have to understand that you have to put your money where your mouth is. You have to be able to put the money in there, be patient, ride the highs, ride the lows, and not just sell out everything at a certain peak point, and also be able to have the financial savvy and foresight to buy into the market even at higher levels. See, if you are in it for the long term, not just for trading for a profit, you're going to be able to make a lot of more money if you're able to hold it and sell it at multiple thresholds at different times. And even if you sell, sometimes, it might go up, again, the next year or something, you still held enough, you still held enough product, and you still also have used that money for additional products for the future. It's a better strategy than just, selling out completely. But even more important, it's better than not doing anything at all. Because a lot of people out there, you might have some cash on the sidelines. You might have some boring stuff like gold, palladium, platinum. I don't know, some boring, dividend stocks. I don't know, right? I'm not saying those are bad for you. I'm just saying that if you put your skin in the game and you do it, long term, you're going to have a better chance to really see that gain and maybe grow your own business like maybe I have and Rudy has, right? Or other people who have been successful in magic. So that's kind of what I want to leave it at, is that it takes a lot more than just a growth. Just recently, there's a lot of spikes in growth, but you're thinking, man, I got all this money, but what do I do with that money? I'm gonna have to reinvest it. Do I just pay off my tuition? Do I pay off my house? Do I pay a down payment on a house? Do I get married? What do I do, right? But until you can get to that point where you have, millions of dollars of assets and also cash and other leveraged areas of diversified assets, right? Real estate, stocks, bonds, whatever, right? Then you're able to spread that throughout different parts of other assets like baseball cards, Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever you want, right? And it could be Transformers now. Comic books was a wave back in the day, stuff like that. So I want to caution people who've been watching this channel, who's starting out, don't just, think you can just replicate something so fast. It takes time, dedication, and a lot of freaking hard work. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend. Goodbye, Mana Crypt. This is sold, guys. I'm going to do some more videos of artwork. I hope you guys enjoy all the videos. Take care.
Hey everyone, it's me, Daniel with VintageMagic.com. I want to share with you more about how we handle consignments. So to begin the consignment process, we actually need to start with the consultation service. In this consultation, I will determine what you're looking to do. And generally, consigners usually tell me, hey Dan, I'm looking to sell my items and maximize the value of their collection. After we determine through the consultation, I usually like to do an appraisal process. And an appraisal process in terms of a consignment is more fitted towards authenticity and valuation for current market values. From there, after a contract is crafted and signed, we will then receive the items from you. The reason why our consignment process is very thorough is we also identify cards that could be graded so then they can maximize higher dollar values. So the payment process is very simple. Once we have sold your items, you'll get an updated ledger, and we will process payment for whatever form of payment you need. As a consignor, you're gonna experience our white glove service. What that means is I'm gonna personally handle your collectibles from beginning to end. And rest assured, the client that purchases your collectibles will also receive the same white glove service. It's a signature service that I really pride myself on in working closely with my clients.
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.